Y'all live on Facebook. Say what's up real quick, man.
What's going on? What's going on, Dante Nation fans? Bo Mac.
Bo Mac, Terrence Crawford trainer right here.
Watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Y'all see it. Y'all hear it.
I know all the smoke. I see y'all tooting y'all trains when I walk by. Baby, I'm looking good. I see your little light boys coming up from the 147. You got a little name and you're making your name for yourself. Your Crawfords. Now you're Crawford. Sit your ass in your weight division and see if you can beat one of them. Cause fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby. I ain't here to play no games and I don't get paid for overtime.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So that right there was Jermell Charlo's reaction to Terrence Crawford saying that he wants the winner of Charlo versus Castaño if he can't get the Errol Spence fight. He says he's moving straight up to 154 for that fight. Now, although Charlo, in that same interview of the clips that I just played, he showed zero interest of fighting Terrence Crawford, he said he's not chasing that. He said all he wants to do is become undisputed. Despite him saying that, you can see the emphasis he put on Terrence Crawford being quote unquote small. He called himself a knockout artist. Jermell was calling himself a knockout artist and basically implying that Terrence Crawford wouldn't be able to handle a knockout artist at 154 in Jermell Charlo. Well, Shakur Stevenson, who's really close friends and trains with Terrence Crawford, he gave his take on what Jermell Charlo said about Terrence Crawford, and this is what Shakur Stevenson said. Check it out.
I don't get into other people's drama. If they fight, I mean, Bud is gonna surprise him, and he really don't think Bud is strong. He's talking about being a knockout artist, so I definitely don't see that happening with Bud. I feel like Bud is the better overall fighter. We seen him struggle with Tony Harrison, and I feel like Bud is, no disrespect to Tony Harrison, I feel like Bud is levels above Tony Harrison. So I think that Bud will beat him. He's just talking.
Okay, now the first thing I want to say is talking about boxing is not drama. Giving a breakdown of how a potential fight will play out, that's not drama. Now, if Jermell Charlo was beefing with Jermell Charlo, that would be more of getting into people's drama. That's more personal. It has nothing to really do with boxing. But this, once again, is a potential fight that might actually happen. With that being said, Shakur Stevenson, he brought up some really good points, especially when he brought up Tony Harrison. The fact that Jermell Charlo, he struggled with Tony Harrison, it does suggest that he would have some serious problems with Terrence Crawford. Now, there was something else that Shakur Stevenson said that was pretty revealing. Not only is Terrence Crawford sparring with heavyweights, but he's knocking heavyweights out. Now, it's normal for welterweights to spar with heavyweights. I mean, for those of you guys who've been following my channel for quite some time, you know my son, he's a two-time national champion. He's looking forward to turning pro sometime this year. He's even sparred with Devin Haney, and according to Bill Haney, he did really good. Now, I bring my son up as an example because my son, he fights around 147, 154, and he spars with heavyweights as well. But to be knocking out heavyweights is a whole nother thing. But not only knocking out heavyweights or light heavyweights, but if you listen to what Shakur Stevenson said he's seen Terrence Crawford knock out light heavyweights that are around today. In other words, he's saying like big name light heavyweights that we know. That's rather impressive. There's no doubt about it. Terrence Crawford, he definitely has tremendous power. I believe he will be able to carry his power 254 pounds. I mean, he's the only welterweight that has knocked out every single opponent that he has faced in the welterweight division. And the vast majority of those opponents had never even been knocked out before. In fact, the majority of them hadn't even lost before they had faced Terrence Crawford. So I truly believe deep down, like Shakur said, Jermell is really just talking. Jermell has an enormous amount of respect for Terrence Crawford. Jermell, he knows how dangerous a Terrence Crawford fight would be for sure. But the fact that we're most likely going to get Spence versus Crawford this year, I truly believe it's going to happen this year. If that fight comes to fruition, we know that if Errol Spence were to win that fight, he most likely isn't going to fight his own teammate, Jermell Charlo, at 154. Now, the interesting thing about that, though, is while Jermell Charlo said he would never fight Errol Spence, he said he would be willing to fight Jermell if it made sense money-wise. But if Terrence Crawford wins that fight, that is going to put an enormous amount of pressure on Jermell Charlo. If Jermell does become undisputed, they're going to offer Jermell Charlo so much money, that's going to be a huge fight, especially with Terrence Crawford right now being a free agent. The rumors that he's going to most likely sign with PBC, which makes all the sense in the world. There is going to be an enormous amount of money on the table for that fight if, once again, Crawford were to become undisputed in the deepest division in boxing. And there's no other fight out there where Jermell can make that kind of money. Certainly not at 160. So if things play out that way, I wouldn't be surprised if Jermell takes the fight. But things are premature right now. I mean, Jermell still has a tough assignment. You know, Terrence Crawford, we have to see if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are even going to face off. There's a lot of stuff going on. And then we have to even see if Errol Spence is going to beat Yordenis Ugas, which I believe he will. I believe he will come out and he'll look really impressive in this fight, but we'll see. He's going to tell us a lot, you know, when he fights against Yordenis Ugas. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, you know, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, you know, before and after, and I was looking at that, and you know, it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, you know, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, can you fix this? And, you know, he pretty much said, no problem. My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked, and, you know, about our families and our life, and, you know, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.